Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Run the Flood. Sorry, I just noticed the camera was messed up. Welcome back to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. As I fix my weekly scuff, as you know, it's not one of my games without a little bit of scuff. I have just a little bit. Wow, I did I just do the wrong one? That's why. Got it. I figured out why. I'm I'm so smart. So, hi, I'm Softonomicon, your Cosmic GM, and I'm joined by my wonderful friends and players who put up with my consistent scuff. Jason, played by Noskavian, Morningstar, played by Lyrissa Rave, Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodan, and Shellhound, played by Wonton. We are missing our wonderful Mojave, but they will be back next week. So, when we last left off, we had a couple different meetings. Mojave had a meeting with Sleipnir, and then Cloudy and Jason had traveled to Freak Show Row, had a bit of a powwow, and proceeded to radicalize Jason into possibly becoming a terrorist. But that's okay. It's fine.
Freedom fighter, thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You were
I
correct.
mean,
A freedom fighter.
yeah, yeah, just learning about communism. It's oh boy.
He's gaining knowledge. He's gaining knowledge. So, as I said everything. So what we will do is we're going to leave everyone else behind and zoom in not too far away from the Diamond Stallion, just around the corner next to some of the warehouses in this part of downtown. There is a connecting building that's very large. It's been, I would say, probably was maybe an apartment at one point, but it has been completely boarded up, all windows bricked up. It is dark. You have been here before once when Mojave had been impaled and you needed to save him.
Right.
Yep.
Morningstar, you're able to come in the front door. You know how to get in. There is a space up front. There's no one in here at this current moment. You see the front counter, many plastic sheeting, the medical sheeting is kind of pulled to, covering up the back. On the wall is a sign, and it just says cash, credit, or flesh.
Amazing.
But you are here. There is a very gentle music playing in the background. It sounds like kind of like lo-fi. But it's
Okay.
gently and from the back of the building. You can kind of see through many layers of plastic a vague shadow of someone standing, and their movements kind of suggest maybe they're working on something. Well into the back.
I know that most of what Torpor does requires a bit of delicacy. And so instead of just shouting out his name, I send a message simply saying, I'm here. And I'll wait in that like little waiting area he has.
Yeah, you send this message, and maybe just barely a second later, you hear a very baseline ringtone coming from a comm link, just like a diddly kind of ringtone. It very quickly gets turned off. The phone is grabbed very quickly, and then just this. And you see him pick the phone up, click at it, and you see the whole shadow like turn around. Phone get things get ruffled. You hear a sync turn on, and then the sheeting gets brushed aside, and you see Torpor come out. He is in what can only be described as black scrubs, but there's just something about them, and it's hard to tell what you're looking at first, and you realize there is clearly some kind of coating on them that's making them ever so slightly shiny, and you're wondering if maybe it's some form of like hydrophobic coating to help stop staining. He's washing his hands. There's very clear indents on his hands where he's been wearing gloves for a long time. He looks like he hasn't slept in a long time.
Mm.
And he just kind of comes
Uh,
around like, ah, all right. You needed something.
I do. When was the last time you slept, Dorper?
Properly. Maybe a week.
Well, perhaps it is time to adjust that. You look, well, you look like you could use a nap.
I will adjust it when the dawn is okay.
Mm. Well, speaking of work, not so much the dawn, but uh, I need to know. You do work with blood, yes? Identifying such things.
I can. Yes.
Wonderful. So, a potential sounds inaccurate. An enemy that you will have in the future. I have her blood, but I need you to break it down for me. I need to know essentially what it is, what she is made of. I need to know more details about it for future endeavors. Can you help me?
He pauses for a minute, and you see him walk towards the desk. He hasn't responded to you yet. Exactly. He's looking at you, clearly listening. He walks forward, and you see him flip a book real quick. Like if this was like a desk, it has like a top shelf, and then clearly behind it is a shorter desk. You hear that
Mhm.
paper flip of a book. He looks down at it, nods to himself. Yeah, I can look at it for you for free.
Great. She will reach into her bag, um, where she has the samples of Richter's blood. Very delicate. She pulls it out that way the glass doesn't, smash together or anything like that. And she will hand it to him.
He reaches out for it, and when he goes to grab it, he actually reaches forward and grabs your hand. And he just looks at you and just, this is your one, sweetie. For free this time. Just
I am well aware.
be aware. That's all I care about. And then he
course.
takes the vial from you, and he just kind of stretches and looks at you. Do you want to just come back here and sit down?
If you don't mind my company, I would love
Eh,
to.
Sure. I sometimes have company, sometimes don't. I don't think Dollface is supposed to be here anytime soon.
Do I know Dollface? Have I heard Dollface
Yes,
before?
you have heard of Dollface. Dollface is a very interesting stripper. Yeah, Dollface
see.
is specifically a stripper.
Mhm.
Most word around the club, because you've been in the Diamond Down, you've talked to Nero, you've been at the bar. Most
Yeah.
word you ever hear is that Dollface is slept. Air quotes. They say, "Oh, it's the boss's favorite."
Ah.
Uh, and Dollface is very odd. Dollface is very, very beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
but can only be really described as insect-like. They actually have green skin and this teal hair. Many people assume some form of like surge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's it. Yeah, no, that's just something people know. Dollface is very seen as very. He kind of looks a little ditzy, if anything. Kind of very airheaded, kind of blank stare.
Mhm.
And often, like even you've witnessed this occur, where Dollface will go to a client on the floor, which is not something he's supposed to do. And very quickly, suddenly, Sleipnir will come up and pull him away very, very,
I
very
see.
viciously.
Okay.
Probably the most aggressive he is ever seen to be, which is why most members of the group know that's the boss's favorite. You do not touch Dollface.
I see. I will put that little bit of information in the back of my head. But yes, we'll simply nod and follow Torpor back towards wherever they're going to do this stuff. And just say to them, just so you know, I feel like I should tell you that is Sandra Richter's blood.
He does pause in his walking and looks down at the vial in his hand. Oh. Is it now?
Yes.
I changed my mind. You still have one more freebie. This one's just, on me.
She nods, but there's like a little hint of a smile. But does nod. And then we'll say, she has. I am unfamiliar with a lot of what the mages can do, but especially blood mages. She's changed. She can do things like go from being very corporal to blood, to simply blood that moves about on its own. I believe that is where this sample comes from. Is her turning into that strange ichor.
Well, we'll see what it looks like. And he goes over, and you've passed by, basically where Mojave was this large, basically it almost looks like a really advanced dentist chair that can fully lay out to perform anything you might need on it. He brings you even farther back where you see his lab. You will also see what he has been working on. It's ice cold back here. And you'll
Which
see
sucks,
on
but-
it sucks. You'll see on a silver autopsy table, there is an individual. And you will notice that this individual is extremely cybered and has that telltale black, steel, and red cybering. This is one of the lowercase squad. It appears like it was a human at one point.
Oh.
Body cavity is completely opened up. Multiple pieces have been disassembled and taken off. There's just a lot of work that's been done on him, and clearly Torpor has been doing autopsies.
Okay. So that's essentially what I'm looking at, is an autopsy. Okay.
Yes. Torpor takes you to like his lab area, and he starts, getting a slide ready very carefully using the blood, pops it in a machine, and he starts to look through cabinets. The machine's starting to go, and he's looking through cabinets very quickly, and he eventually pulls out of one of the cabinets a small jar. This is a slightly greenish glass, and it definitely doesn't fit the area. It's not a beaker. It is a almost mason jar, and it's wrapped on its rim with twine. And coming off of it are beads and feathers that appear to have been dipped or soaked in some form of blood. They have that rusty red, dried blood appearance. And Torpor pulls this jar out, and he turns around, and he just throws it to the ground and shatters it. Its contents splash out, and you are aware that when they splash out, it's not directional. It's perfect. From where they hit, he threw it forward. So normally that would be a directional splatter of whatever liquid's here. But from where it hit, it is a perfect circle out. And the circle begins to glow a little bit. And from here, an entity rises out of it. It is a female entity, entirely. The best way to describe what she's seemingly made of is she looks almost like gossamer white, silvery, but you can see very faint very faint, countless lines, and you realize it's like someone took just a woman and wrapped her entirely in silk or thread.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just standing there, her arms in front, and you can see that in her hands is a massive silver and black sword.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
yeah, and Torpor looks at her and goes, "I need magic assistance." She looks at him, cocks her head. "Where? Oh, I see. I understand. Give me what you need me to look at." And he takes the remainder of that blood and passes it to her. She holds her hand out. He pours it into her hand, and you watch it splash into the hand. It starts to spread over her thread, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And like she looks at it for a second, nothing on her face, no show of emotion. Like it doesn't even matter to her
Mm-hmm.
as she's like watching it happen. And it starts to spread and starts getting quicker and starts to go down her arm. And without, like, you can't even see her move to change grip. That's how fast this occurs. She moves the sword and it slices her arm right at that point. And it drops to the ground and just starts to bubble. And she pulls that limb down, and you see more limbs pop out from below her. Like, around her rib cage, more arms. And, you know, she very quickly, like, basically the two lower arms grab onto the sword again. She uses that one free hand, just grips it, and, like, freezes her area in place, and you see it just immediately grow back, not wrapped up, and it's this, her hand is made of, like, this black carapace, with, like, a little bit of, like, very gentle hairs that stick off of it. Very insect-like. Just not, this is not a mammal of any kind.
Would you say maybe spider-like?
I would maybe say spider-like. And, you know, she finishes and basically looks to Torpor. Failed blood spirit. Probably a good hunt. But they run too fast. Not like a good Inve. But we'll see. And then Torpor's like,
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to go hunting. I just needed to know if it was alive. Is it alive? Yes. But dying. Quickly. Is that it? That's the only thing I needed from you. You can go back home. Good. I will look for him on the other side. And she melts back down into the liquid that came out of this jar. And the liquid itself was almost like liquid silver, like mercury.
Okay.
And as she fades back down into it, you just sort of watch it evaporate into a blackish smoke. And then nothing is left on the ground but this blue-green glass and, you know, the ripped cord or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, Torpor leans back against the counter. He looks just tired. I was never good with spirits and shit.
Neither am I. So I don't blame you. So she is dying. Interesting.
Maybe. We'll see. Well, we'll see what's happening on the science side of things. And then you hear this ding. Because we're in the future. Mass spectrometers go in a fucking 30, like less than 30 minutes. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not having you wait the hour and a half.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
He pulls off the report, gets data, takes some more samples, takes his slide, starts looking at him against the data. And he turns and is, yeah, blood's presenting like sickle cell anemia. It's starting to, the blood vessels are bending, twisting. They're not looking right, and they're starting to burst. And it's not
Okay.
coagulation. Also, I popped it in the centrifuge real quick. Let me do one more test on it.
All right.
And he pops things in a centrifuge, and you're there for just a little bit while he's doing his little science.
Yeah.
And there's places to like sit down. There's a massive bookshelf of just a shit ton of medical books.
Yeah, yeah. Morningstar likely has sat down and is like half watching him, half looking at a book.
Oh yeah.
She okay. So the last thing the spirit said was that they would find him. Is it the him I'm thinking?
Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking anxiety because I do know him mention like he's mentioned that his mentor spirit is a spider. So
I mean, you don't know that. You've never seen anxiety use any kind of jar or anything, and the way the mother has been described, you've actually seen her. She showed
right.
herself as just a regular spider.
Yeah, yeah.
You also know that you've also met other Drider-esque spirits.
Right, right. So it's in the same family.
Possibly in the same family. The only clue they've given is that they did say the words the Inve, but you don't know what the fuck the Inve are. You'd have to ask like Cloudy or someone.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
The one thing in this room that does sort of strike you is there's a much more decorative curtain at the very back of the room, and it's kind of pulled to the side. Like Torpor had not closed it; he wasn't thinking of having guests, so you can actually see into what would probably be clearly is Torpor's actual house, like where he lives, is back there.
His space, yeah.
And the one thing you can see from where you are, the hallway is not very long. It's a very short hallway, and you can see into like a front room area, maybe a bit clinical in appearance, a lot of white and cream. Very sad beige mom aesthetic that Torpor apparently likes. But the one thing that stands out is that there is this large actual painting. It is a portrait up on the wall. And it is of 404. And she is holding two small babies on her lap. And both of these children share her white hair. And I mean, you'll notice that both of these babies have very tanned skin, much more like 404. And you know that Torpor and Frenzy look as if all pigment has been drained from them. Their ghoulness appears to have actually degraded some of their actual pigmentation, making them look almost pink in color. But this does appear like that this might be a portrait of 404 and her twins, Frenzy and Torpor.
Yeah, I think there's a sadness that she has because Frenzy is no longer with us. She knows the state that 404 is in. I think there's just a brief moment where she looks at Torpor and she says, "I'm sorry for everything that happened. I'm sorry."
Don't be sorry. Me and my brother were ghouls. Our lifespans were in question at all times.
Yeah. You know, she's starting to have issues with her memory.
I know. I'm my mother's doctor.
Oh, well, okay. So, then it is good I'm telling you this. I have created a file for her, a sort of shadow box, if you will, of memories. I can give it to you, and then perhaps if things get worse. Having those memories might help.
There is some evidence that that's true. But it's hard to tell. On a normal case, I'd say sure. But in an essence-based condition, I don't know. But, thank you.
Of
You
course.
care a lot about people around you, don't you?
To my detriment, yes.
Yes, very much to your detriment. If you really want to be in this life, you're going to have to lose some of it. You need to be ready to kill anyone.
I know.
I hate to say this, but with that blood in you, you'll probably get there.
What does that mean? I'm sorry, I just don't know
Naga,
too much. I see.
you never
No
got...
one's told
You were
me.
born in a lab. You didn't know about the war. You never had to
No.
see it. I'm surprised my mother doesn't respond weirdly to you. She had the worst of it. You know, she almost got eaten by a Naga.
There's a look on her face where she's like, "Ooh," you know, just like, God, that's awful. Um, but she nods and she says, "I didn't always look like this. I mean, you saw me before. I had 2 legs then,
Yes, your genes hadn't fully expressed.
right?"
SGE can be like that.
No,
You're a
I
medical marvel. You know that, right?
So I've been told. I don't know what all that means. I don't know what is expected of me.
Oh, nothing's expected. It's just simply that you remain stable this long.
Ah,
Unfortunately, you're probably going to lose that stability eventually. Naga are not metahumans. They're metasapiens. The DNA do not match. And when you try to crush that DNA together, you get flaws. I assume many of your siblings had such flaws.
it is likely why many of them are not alive.
Almost certainly. Let alone viable like your mother. Though with my help, she's not viable anymore.
Yes, I am. If I start to show signs of instability, I will do what is necessary. I do not want to be a burden to those who I care for.
How old are you?
Good fucking question. Hold on. Players forgotten. How old am I? Okay. I remember. She takes a second, and there is like a sort of physically her like counting how old she is. I don't think that Morningstar actually knows when her birthday is. I think it's just one of those things that like at the lab, it maybe they did an extra procedure and she's like, I guess this is when I was born. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't have any real clue on that. But she says to Torpor, I think I'm about 26.
Do you mind if I take a blood sample?
Not at all. And she'll offer essentially her arms. I'm certain that Morningstar has scarring from, IVs and various things that were poked into her. So she just is kind of like, take your fucking pick.
And he does the full like medical procedure, proper tourniquet, gets some blood.
Mhm.
And he's not pushing for any form of like full checkup, but you do see him kind of take a more, I'd say you're used to, a medical approach to your appearance.
For sure.
very much like looking at where the scales begin, and he does take a bit of a sidelong glance to the dead pixel scales that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right, right.
he goes and continues what he is doing.
Mhm.
And this process. So he gets Richter's results before obviously any of your results are finished, and he kind
Yeah.
of turns after getting the results, looks over them. It's not dead.
What do you mean?
The blood's not dead. Not at all. And it has multiple genomes. At least 4 or
I'm,
5.
you see, is
Some
this
some aren't even metahuman.
as in taking from others to perhaps stabilize their own form?
Maybe in some manner, not the way not the way I do. Well, I don't keep the genetic code of that I eat, but then again,
Mm.
mine's not really blood magic that's doing it.
Right. Interesting.
But I do think maybe she needs something to keep her stable. Though the blood's still alive, it's breaking down. The cells are becoming nothing. It's just colorant and plasma all mixed together. I think there's a
The
plant cell in here.
That makes sense. That was the department in which she worked in at the lab. She worked with plants. Likely used her, you know, blood magic to accomplish other experiments.
God, she's such a fucking bitch.
Yes, yes, she is. Yes. I have a question for you, Torper. You said that
Yes.
there are about 4 or 5 other, the genomes and whatnot that are within this.
Yes.
Perhaps given time, would you be able to identify, perhaps
Oh,
not specifically who it came from, but,
I could tell you right now.
please do.
He goes back to his computer, makes basically it's the same thing. He just prints it out slightly differently.
Mm-hmm.
A bald cypress tree, male orc, female human. Looks like a male Canis lupus, so basic gray wolf.
Mm.
The fuck is this one?
She slides up next to him.
No known. There's no known match for this DNA.
Strange.
Well, if she wasn't a blood mage, I'd say it's strange, but if there's one thing my brother taught me about magic, it's that this is not the only place people can be from.
Let's see. There are several thoughts that Morningstar is having right now. And one of them being Cloudy's wife, who is missing. And in extension, their child. And if her cells or her blood essentially is breaking down in this way, and she needs, I assume, more to keep herself alive, Morningstar, if you'll allow, essentially takes screenshots of the papers in order to send those copies to Cloudy, so that he has them. She'll obviously, when they meet up, she'll be able to like explain more with the whole group. But just in case there's something maybe he recognizes or he's heard of before, he especially on the magic side of it, right? But she's going to encrypt that file before she sends it to him. And then once that's done, sends it to him. That way he has it and will. She doesn't know who is watching her. She's learned her lesson after Vegas, so she's taking every precaution. Um, but then we'll look at Torpor and say, okay, she was meant to have, unfortunately, she got away with the progenitor of those things. And she points at the body that he was autopsying. Uh, and Starry Eyes on a jet owned by it's Miko, right?
Yes, it's Miko Industries.
Yes, by Miko Industries. That was going to be their escape plan. It didn't work out so well. The plane crashed. But when we looked through the rubble, all three were missing.
That makes sense. There's a lot of magics that can get you from one place to another, that can make you safe. You could have seen the things my brother could do.
It's a heavy loss. Not just for the community. I know that you said you are twins. I understand. I don't have twin, but I do have some siblings left. I know the feeling.
Small one got out, didn't it?
Yes.
The boss described them to me. I'm hoping I can at least bring them in for some form of checkup. I'm still not a veterinarian, but I did pull a book on snakes.
Yes, I would appreciate that. They're so small. But I know that you said that these things were for free. But perhaps we trade favor for a favor. If you need anything, you know how to get a hold of me.
That's true. We'll see if I ever need anything from you. I'll come get you.
She nods. If he allows, she'll take those papers, fold them up, and put them into her bag. She looks at him for a moment and says, I am sure you are aware of my suspension.
Yes.
Despite what Sleipnir may think of me. I will do what it takes to protect. Always. And it's just her silent kind of oath to Torpor that no matter if, Sleipnir is like, in the end says no, right? That she will always have Torpor's back. She will always have the Loki son's back. And then once she says that, she says, thank you. I have to go meet up with the rest of them, but if you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, you know what? You should ask your friend, Ollie, when you can. He might be better to explain it. I'm a doctor, so technically I'm just a contractor. I never had to go through the full rigmarole. But I know that that's probably what you're going to end up having to go through. Maybe he can prep you for it.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I hope they accept you eventually. I know how loyal Yorm's people could be. They get aggressive.
Hmm.
Especially when I hear someone was using colors. You shouldn't
She
wear those colors, by the way.
she gives kind of a non-committal shrug, like maybe I did that, you know. But when he says you shouldn't do that, she nods. She hears what he's saying, um, and she says, "If you have any questions about Naga biology, send me a message."
Okay, that I might actually do pretty consistently. Since I'm now your mother's doctor.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Tober.
I'll see you later as well. Stay
Go to
safe.
sleep.
Oh, goodness. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Something about that reminds her very much of Mojave / Oliver. She's like, that's something he would say for sure. She gives a little smile and then will slither out of Torper's clinic, making sure everything is, secure and where it needs to be. And she will go into the Diamond Stallion to say hi to Nero. Um, because she did tell him that she was going to stop by, so she will go in there uh, and look for him.
As you pass the front door of the Diamond Stallion, you will see Shellhound on his own. And you will immediately get a message on your phone.
Mm.
Shellhound, less than, like, maybe a minute ago, Mojave had come out, you were talking with him, and then suddenly his comlink went off. And he looked down at it, and basically he kind of goes, tell Scales I'm sorry, and then he bolts off. He fucking bolts for it.
Yeah, immediately gonna text the big boss. Hey, do I follow the kid or do I go hang with Scales?
It takes a minute, but then the boss is like, follow the follow the snake.
You got it. You want some food? It's really good.
Are you
They have
asking
the
me or
No,
are
I'm
you asking
asking
the
Slender. It's
boss?
like there's like this meatball thing. It looks it's not meat, but it's a ball. It's pretty good.
Soylent balls and soy sauce? What?
Crazy.
Woo! Not right now. Not right now. Morningstar, the text message you get about the time you
Yes.
see Shellhound is from Mojave.
Mhm.
And you see a car, like, at the end of the road, you see a car drive off really quickly. And the text message you get is, hey, Scales, really sorry. Oz called emergency. Gotta go. Phone will be bricked. See you in Vegas.
There is a moment in her head where she's like, fuck. Because one, he's going off to Vegas by himself and that freaks her out. Not because of Vegas itself, but just like the in between can be dangerous, and that, for him to be by himself freaks her out. But she's like, I'm trying to be different and I'm trying to be better. So she says, she just responds back with, okay, see you then. Be safe. And then there is the feeling of, fuck, I don't have the buffer of Mojave to deal with Shell Out. So there's that little social awkwardness. But she sort of blinks away the message and kind of slithers up towards Shellhound and goes, well, it looks like Mojave had something to do, so.
Oh, he already messaged you? Good. He said sorry.
Yes. Huh?
Soy ball?
Mm,
He offers it up a little platter.
They look kind of appetizing.
they look maybe edible. She looks at it for a second, looks at him and goes, do you know what's in there?
Yeah, something from down the alley.
Ah, that's rough. I'm not even hungry, so no, but rain check.
Sure.
So you're just always like this, like
Yeah.
just smiling and happy and
Well,
good
if you're
all
not
the time.
smiling, they're winning, because then you're depressed.
Oh. She's baffled. She's like, what? You know, be happy out of spite? What is this? Um, she just kind of nods because she doesn't get it, but she's like, okay, that's weird. And she goes, I'm just going to step inside and
Yeah.
see Nero really quick. So
Cool. I'm supposed to follow you, so I guess I'm seeing Nero too.
you're supposed to follow me.
Well, I can't follow a car, so
Mm. Did Sleipnir put you up to that?
yeah, kinda.
Okay, yeah, whatever. I
At least
understand.
he cares. If he didn't care, I wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't call it that, but fine. I understand you and Nero are friends.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Easy to be friends with a bartender.
Yes, it is always a good thing. Bartenders know a lot of information, but also Nero's just a good guy. So, um, yeah. And there is like physically awkwardness, you know. She's like, I have to be alone with the new person, and then she will go into the Diamond Stallion.
And he'll follow behind, taking a toothpick, one soy ball at a time.
I hate it. I really do. I hate it.
Man's out here eating his soy balls.
Yeah, she does. She does too, because last time she was being very cheeky and had the Loki sun like rune on her scales. She's not this time. It's very much just her normal melanated scales that every once in a while when the light hits right you can kind of see like think like an oil slick, you know, just this like rainbow of color. But she will also keep her tails kind of like closer to her so that he doesn't accidentally trip over it because she's a long ass bitch. So she's very careful about how she moves into the space. But yeah, she's gonna look for Nero.
Nero is not hard to find. There's a couple of there's like I would say a feminine figure and a more androgynous figure sitting at the bar. Both are in extremely gaudy, glittery, skimpy outfits and can be assumed to be dancers. Nero is apparently basically testing out a bartending trick.
Oh, cool.
Like full on, like basically it's lining up all these shot glasses with a layered drink and basically pouring a rainbow of shots.
Nice.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Nice.
Beautiful.
We love that.
We love to see it. We love to see it. We love to see the skill.
Nero does succeed. One thing about his appearance is different.
Oh.
Nero commonly wears like mesh tanks, things like that to show off arms, chest, things like that, things he's proud of.
Yeah.
His guns.
Yeah, as he should be.
On his right arm, there is very fresh. You can see the red. There's the second skin kind of on top of it, still very red, very fresh. Probably like a day ago is a tattoo. And it is a tattoo that is shared by Shellhound.
Huh. I see.
Yes, it appears to be it's on Shellhound's arm as well. A horseshoe with an M-like symbol in it. And then 3 other runes that sit atop, and there are many spikes that appear to look almost like nails that radiate out from it.
Okay.
There's also, you can definitely tell that Nero's lip has been busted, and there is minor bruising near his collarbone.
What the fuck? She doesn't like that. So she's gonna go over to Nero. after he succeeded in making his drink and has dealt with clients or whatever. And she will wave at him.
Hey, there's my little snake. And
Hi.
hey, big dog. He
What's up,
waves to
Nero?
Shellhound.
Yep. Walk up,
Bit-
dap the
Dap-
Full
yeah,
Metal
dap up,
Alchemist,
yeah.
big muscle man greeting.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, you don't speak with muscles like.
Flex real quick. Yeah. Morningstar fights very hard not to roll her eyes. But she looks at Nero, looks at his arm and says, "You have new modifications."
Yeah, part of a group. Finally,
Hmm.
took me a while to build up that far, but
Welcome to the party.
yeah, right.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, I know it took me forever. Yeah, you
Is
know
that
how
the
it is.
reason why your face is busted?
Yeah, I know. Shellhound's been through it. Yeah, the initiation kind of thing. At least Sleipnir's.
Huh.
You gotta learn. You
Yeah,
gotta prove
yeah.
yourself.
You gotta show you can do the dance.
I imagine the music hides it, right? Because this is a club, but there's a deep rattle in her chest. She's like,
And
what
this
the
whole time, Nero is grinning.
Yeah, I'm sure he is not.
He's very
upset
proud
about
of
this.
himself. He's very proud
Yeah,
of
yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's very much a pat on the arm or shoulder, whatever's in reach. I'll take my turn later when you got a free moment.
Ah, all right,
Don't know
fair
what that
enough.
means.
You only
Um,
listen. It's only for a week. You only got me for a fucking week. Then I'm done.
Yeah. Ooh. How long till we do the thing? He asked, looking over at Scales.
Do what thing?
The things you guys are working on.
Oh fuck! I don't.
Should I fight him
know.
tonight or like later?
Why do you need to fight him? He's already fought. And he has the tattoo. Doesn't that mean he's already in the thing? He doesn't.
Well,
No, he's got to prove himself for a week.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like a week. You gotta prove
Not
you
everyone can
you
be there in
keep
one
it.
night. We have jobs. We're busy.
Yeah, it's like a week long. Any of the upper captains can come get you.
More rattly. But she just nods. But she just nods and says, "Okay, okay. Well, if you fight him,
it's
don't
okay.
fuck up his face."
Oh,
Well, no, why would I go for the face?
yeah.
Well, clearly someone went for the face.
Oh no, this was okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one was my fault. I was a little bit punch drunk, a little bit, and I may have fallen off the stage.
I assumed a headbutt.
See,
Wow.
I managed to dodge that one. I was actually I was doing pretty good, but I got a little bit wind knocked out of me. I won it, and then I fell off the stage like a dumbass. The boys would not shut the fuck up.
Sure, you fell off the stage.
Oh, right. That's what they're calling it now. Yeah, no, the Morningstar's like, I don't believe that. But
I did. I promise I did.
Listen, that's your moneymaker. You need to be careful.
Oh, not anymore. Now I'm making way more money for other things.
I see. Rattles. He's like, what the fuck? But he's an adult, he's made his choices, so she doesn't comment.
Yeah.
And she says, other than getting beat up to be a part of the super special club, how are you?
Wouldn't call it a special club, but hey, I'm doing great. Bartending's doing good and got my right to carry, so I can start bouncing now.
That's good. I have a question that is going to seem really, really weird. And
Love, you are just really weird, but that's what.
oh,
I like about
great.
you.
Cool. I really like hearing that. That's so good for me.
I know it's in a good way. It's in a good way.
Okay. And she goes, how much time do you have before you're needed again? Or can I borrow you for a little bit?
I mean, yeah, I was just doing a practice sure if you need me for something.
Just your advice, knowledge about
Oh,
people.
okay.
Yeah. So she kind of like pulls him to the side a little bit. It doesn't matter if Shalhound hears it or not. So it's fine if he's there. But she says, so you know that I'm not very good with reading people,
Yeah.
but it's like something I need to work on, right? Especially because your boss is like super mad at me. So how do you do it? You're a bartender, you deal with people all the time. How do you get them to like you?
Oh. Well, not everyone's.
I told her to smile. That
Yeah,
helps.
a smile generally helps. It's I don't know. It is a skill. You kind of just got to start talking. People people want to talk about themselves. They want to get stuff off their chest. That's a whole bartender's job. You don't have to have a conversation. Some people don't. You don't press it, but you know, you keep them there. You give any conversation. You're also you're giving them booze. So a lot of times that kind of it incentivizes them to be nicer to you.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. Cool. Because I find anytime I fucking talk, I piss someone off. So, you're telling me just say stuff to keep them talking about them.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that's bartender rules.
Oh,
So okay, so are you just trying to get people to understand you more?
I'm trying to get important people to not think I'm the worst.
Oh, okay. So all right. When you okay, this is all right, it's gonna sound bad, but this is one thing I know about you that you might need to hold back on.
Okay.
Is you give away too much info about yourself sometimes. You gotta trickle that in if you're gonna talk about yourself. You gotta kind of keep some of that mystery inside because when someone dumps on someone else, it kind of comes off like they like to talk about themselves all the fucking time, and then suddenly
Oh.
everyone else in the room is like, oh, well, clearly, they just like to hear themselves speak, so they're not listening to me. And I know
Oh.
that's not what you're doing, but I found sometimes when you need to prove your point, which is fine. I know you want to prove your point, but I think maybe sometimes, from when I've heard you talk, when we used to talk, I'm used to looking past it. So I didn't get
Oh.
really affected, but it does worry me sometimes that maybe you still do that.
Oh. I
Tone helps too.
guess. What helps?
Tone. How you
Oh,
say
yeah.
things, not just what you say.
Oh, I'm really bad at that because I just say
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe like take 5 seconds to take a breath
that's
and like say it in your head
That's not
and then say it.
Okay. I can try that. What do people normally talk about?
I mean,
When
how
was
you-
the last time you hooked up with someone?
well, that's
Oh.
big dog.
What?
She's like,
What?
Let's
I'm not
not.
wrong. That is what we talk about half the time.
When you and I fucking talk, yes.
so when is the last time that you hooked up with someone?
Last night.
Am I doing it right? Wow.
Sorry.
No, that's
It-
fine. I asked. I
Yeah,
asked and you gave me
bartending.
the answer.
Bartending makes it easy.
Okay.
Oh, this one was after the fight. This was the the captain after the fight.
Oh, no, that's fair too.
Hmm. I see. Okay. Cool. That's cool. Is it normal to send pictures of oneself to other people? Is that the normal thing to do?
Like a selfie?
She looks so serious right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like there is no she's like being
yes.
very
But yeah, it's part of courting.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Oh,
Although I'm not the biggest fan of dick pics. I feel like that. Well, unless they're asked for, like
Yeah.
unsolicited. Unsolicited, then it's a problem. But if they ask for it, then all right.
It's different.
Then it's different.
Hellhound does not know her well enough to understand her facial expressions right
Nope.
now. But
No clue.
She's definitely like, I see. Right, okay, cool. And if you are interested in courting a person, is there anything I should know? I'm
Well-
so sorry. I know these are weird questions, but
It
like,
depends on the person. Each person likes different things, and it's part of courting is paying attention to them and doing the things that they like. Some people
Yeah.
like it upfront and blunt. Other people like the chase.
how do you know that? Look, my biggest problem is that people do not say what they fucking mean. And so, like, how do you.
Oh, you don't. You just take a guess and then hope
Yeah,
you're right.
take a shot in the dark.
You're gonna fuck up a lot.
Yeah,
That
unless you can
doesn't
read minds.
stress you out?
I mean,
No. That's part of the fun. It's like gambling.
You kind of get used to it, You're not gonna please everybody.
She has a face of like, you find that fun.
If you never try, you never win.
I see.
Then you're just you got your hand all the time. That gets boring.
Audie so wants to be in this scene right now.
She looks when you say that, when Shellhound says that, utter confusion. She does not know what that means. And she's like, what does your hand have to do with anything? I don't understand.
What?
Nero
Do I gotta-
spits out his. Nero was sipping a drink, just spits it out. And starts coughing on the other side of the bar.
She's like, oh my god, are you okay?
Whoa!
Do I gotta tell you about the birds and the bees? Like,
No, you do not.
What does birds and bees have to do with
Oh
what we're talking about?
god.
sex.
I guess that's a thing that people do. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what the hooking up is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just ask. I will ask more from Cloudy. He does this thing, right? When he like meets someone that he's like interested in. I don't know how to do it, but it's like this thing with his face that he does. I believe he called it Riz once, but I don't know what that means.
It's the Riz or like the smoldering eyes, where like you just glare at them
Yeah.
intensely.
Yes, he does the thing with his eyes. I don't know
Yeah,
how to do it.
And then
but he does
Chillhound
this
will look at scales like that, like this.
thing. Is composure a thing in this game?
Yes! Yes, it is!
Weird. Because let me be so clear, like when Anxiety would do stuff like that, she didn't realize he was flirting, and she was like, "What's wrong with your face?" You know what I mean? And this person is people don't do this to her often, so she's like, "Huh?"
Roll composure.
Okay, because I don't know how she will react. Where is here it is.
Find this out.
Did it go? Did it
You got one.
Amazing. Yeah. Her scales turn bright fucking pink. She's like neon pink. And cannot look at Shellhound at all. She's like, huh? Yeah, she does not.
Yeah, no.
She lost composure for sure. And says, "Oh yeah, I guess that is what it is like." Right? Okay. Hey, Nero, I miss you. I love you. Stay safe. And she's like, "I gotta go." Just slithers away. She doesn't know where the fuck she's even going. But yeah, she's like in a panic.
Okay, bye. Fucking hell.
I guess I'll catch you later, Nero.
Catch you later, big dog. And he daps you up again.
Yeah, just a bright neon pink snake slithering through the crowd because she doesn't know how to deal with that. But she walked away understanding some things about people and understands now what it is Cloudy's doing to people when he gives them the eyes. And apparently something about hands. She's gonna have to ask Cloudy more about that.
Oh
but she's like, something about hands. So that's there now.
Explain.
That's gonna be a great conversation.
Woo!
But she does
You
send
have
a
the
message.
internet.
Yeah, she does, but that's also like requires her to. There's a lot of embarrassing things for her that would have to happen. She I think finds it easier to just ask Cloudy.
True.
She's like, my search history is immaculate. Okay, you will not catch me slipping. But she will send a message to Cloudy and to Jay saying that they're at the Diamond Stallion, but they're like done doing their business. Is there somewhere that you want to meet, or do you want to just meet us here?
It is about at this point. If you will allow the GM to have a little fun here.
Yeah.
It's about this point that Morningstar and Shellhound, you hear an insane amount of just raucous music and yelling and engines roaring. Jason, you got swept up in this. Cloudy, you got dragged along as well. You are currently in the middle of a caravan of Kraken bikers. Who are mostly drunk with their GPS driving their bikes, screaming, yelling, doing stupid shit, rushing their way off to the docks.
You're muted,
You are muted.
Cloudy. You're muted, Rodon.
I thought I just turned it on. Okay, so a small question. Are we going to hell? Or are we going to about to go and raid some bullshit?
The eventual decision was to go to hell, so they are going to where the main ship is docked.
Okay, cool.
You were able to
meet
convince them
you,
not to raid.
Yeah, fair. Meet you in the Kraken base. Hell may or may not be coming.
You
Oh, I imagine that's when I hear the caravan.
It's like that kind of music where the only reason you know it's music is you hear that fucking bass that's definitely blowing someone's car out.
Yep.
Like you're
That
definitely
weird
worried
vibrate
that
sound. Yeah.
yes, it's just everything, the whole street. There are people like it's just starting to get pretty decently into the night. Like people are starting to come out, the clubs are opening, and everyone's just like looking around like what the fuck? As just
But
the
it is
parade.
no. They immediately know who it is because naturally it has to be Pirates of the Caribbean just blasting.
Yeah, that's blasting down. And you'll
Some
let you guys-
Wellerman.
Some Wellerman's playing a bass boosted version of a remix of Wellerman. As you're
Jesus.
and like the sound has brought Morningstar and Shellhead out, and you look over, see all the cars, all the motorcycles, and then something in the middle is just the Roadmaster going along.
Yeah, Jason would have changed the paint on the Roadmaster to be like basically Kraken colors.
Amazing.
Hey, are those your friends?
Yeah, that's them. Fuck.
Did I miss something? We missed something.
Jay would probably be like in his mech on top of the Amphibious, like
Yep.
surfing on it.
Yep.
Yes, we did. We missed a lot. Fuck. Cloudy
That looks like a
has-
riot or a party or both.
Probably both. Cloudy has messaged me and said where they're going. Do you have a car or?
You guys, I will say, you guys could probably walk to the docks from here.
Oh, it's not that far. Okay, yeah. So then
I got a bike.
I will not fit on your bike.
Probably not.
Right.
Not unless
So
you wrap
I-
around real far.
Just start wrap around him and the bike. She says, right, I will walk if you would like to take your bike with you. Of course, that's fine, but I will.
No, I'll walk. Do you want me to carry you, or you get on your own?
She blinks at him and she's like, I'm 13 feet long. What do you mean carry me? And she's also thick. She's a big bitch. So she's just like, I can slither on my own, thank you.
Yeah.
And she will start moving. She's like, I don't gonna need to talk to Cloudy. I need more information. But yeah, she'll begin heading towards the docks to meet up with her friends, watching them being like, how did this happen? Cloudy is there. How did this happen?
Yeah, you're able to all basically meet up at the docks. Jason, you park the Roadmaster a little bit away in the parking lot. You're not up against where the ships are because all of these sharks are losing their shit up near their ships. With at least or three of the captains running up onto the ship the ship's basically named the Lovecraft, and they're fucking jumping up on it, and they're running into the depths of it, and you're like, oh my god, they are very drunk, running up to a gang leader. Cloudy, you're sitting there going, ooh, wow, uh-oh, hold on.
I feel like Jay would be with them.
Jumping it.
Jay's probably hanging close to Tank, wherever Tank's at.
Jay's with Tank, like you're just
Blinking
bros holding
at
hands
him.
while they're running down into the pirate ship. Cloudy, actually, I will allow you. Do you want to try to follow him, or are you sitting up on the Roadmaster questioning reality?
Let's make sure they get pointed in the right direction.
Mhm.
Walking in after all the freaking bullshit.
Yeah, Morningstar is like a rose color at this point. And she will sort of make her way to Cloudy because he's kind of behind all the thing and say, what happened?
Starting to walk along off towards the pirate ship. I kept them from raiding early.
Raiding? Who are they raiding?
A certain company that's recently come under our sights.
Oh shit.
So security's gonna be up. Nice.
Well, we haven't raided yet.
Yeah. I haven't done it yet. We're here first, for sure. But she does follow Cloudy into
Yeah.
the pirate ship. And she does say, Cloudy Laser, I have to ask you some questions. They're gonna be weird, but I have to know.
Does it have anything to do with those eyes I gave you earlier?
That's not in
I'll
character.
take that as a yes.
She just stays silent, yeah. And then and just they proceed. She also does say we do need to make time to talk about Torpor's findings. It's really fucking weird, but maybe something that can be used to our advantage.
All right. Was that the encrypted thing you sent me?
Yes.
Oh, also
Okay.
Mojave dipped, so we're meeting them wherever we meet them.
They are. Their brother said there was an emergency, so they went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now having a dark on hand before a whole bunch of people are about to try something. Well, maybe Hell will whip them into shape.
So what are they doing instead of raiding the company?
Asking their boss first.
Oh, so he's gonna say yes.
I fucking hope not.
May or may not.
It's Jay. Why is Jay like leading the crowd? What happened?
That's the fun part. Like, what happened there?
You remember his hero stick?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the file.
He discovered the evils of capitalism.
Oh God. She's like, fuck.
Okay. And then?
And then Robin Hood steal from the rich and give to the poor. Like,
Hey, that's one of the books I
pirates.
read. I read that one.
Hence
Oh, cool.
the raid.
Hence the raid from pirates by the closest thing to pirates we have in several cities.
Amazing, incredible. I love this. She does not love this. But yeah, she continues to follow till we're inside.
In we go, hopefully.
So, Jay, you're first as you're getting pulled along by Tank. So the captains come running down. The people in like the areas like poking their heads out, like what the fuck is going on? Everyone on the Lovecraft. They round the corner, and in an office is Helena, the captain of the Krakens, the true leader of the Kraken fleet. And she is legs up on her desk with a massive bottle of whiskey in one hand and a cigar in the other. And the very drunk boys pop the door open and she looks at them and they start babbling drunk wise of, you know, this, that, you know, all the things. And do you want to jump in on this while they're babbling about, you know, we're gonna go raid on of this and that? And
Yeah, what was that? Was that quip called? That bio quip?
the bigger one was Miko Industries, but their subsidiary was Maiden Pharmaceuticals.
Maiden Pharmaceuticals. Then what was the parent?
Miko Industries.
Miko. So Jay is going to say like, you know, basically how everything, like, you know, everything is just all upside down. Like these corporations, Maiden Industries and Miko Industries, they're stealing the lifeblood out of the people, and look how my friends have to live. Like Tank was telling me how terribly metahumans are treated, and like we all got to come together and redistribute this wealth. We got to go take what's rightfully ours from Maiden and Miko and redistribute it to the boys down here.
There is a silence for a moment as the boys remain calm. They have joined it. They're smiling, they're grinning, they're right there with you. Arm in arm, they're ready to go. Very, very drunk. One of them has absolutely fallen in the hallway. He has not gotten back up. People are already dragging him off to the med bay. And she just looks at you. Looks at her dudes. And then just... What the fuck?
We need to take from the filthy rich corporations and redistribute it to the people. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. It'll be like donations.
Who the fuck are you?
Jason, we've met.
And then right about that time, someone basically glides in behind you guys, just not even touching him, but able to walk in, and it is a very handsome man, tanned skin, almost bluish black hair, and he just leans over as he walks over to Hel. He's the Nartaki. The fucking blue one? What the fuck? Who the fuck let you on my ship? Who the fuck let you on my goddamn ship? Tank, what the fuck?
I followed the crowd in.
Oh, I noticed that my ship just got crowded out of fucking nowhere. How drunk are you? Are the whole fucking sharks here? Is everyone toasted? There's sounds of yelling and screaming outside as the rest of the party is trying to walk in. Okay. Hold on. You know what? You, and this is to the other captains other than Tank. You and you, get the fuck out of my office. You, points to you points to Tank. Sit the fuck down. And just points over to, basically a overly sized couch in the corner.
Jason sits.
Alright, we got any more fucking surprises, and it's about at that point the rest of the party can show up at the door.
Hi. Morningstar attempts to smile.
Oh
Is it-
yeah.
Out
Is a
of
cap is a
curiosity,
woman's ship, not sacred.
on a scale of 1 to 10, Sophie, how hot is the captain?
Oh,
Stop this
Oh,
immediately.
jeez.
Helena is a very beautiful older woman.
Cool,
Probably in her very early 40s, but
cool. Yeah, Shoham's gonna
Jesus.
tap Scales on the shoulder, and then it's like this, and then smoldering eyes at the captain.
Behind me, that's happening behind me. I'm not seeing it. Sorry, Hal. I figured sending them all here instead of just raiding Mako would probably be the better course of action.
oh, they're all drunk right now, aren't they?
Very much so. There was a
Oh.
bit of a wake situation going on.
Yeah, I figured. I sent them all out to the wake. Everyone. Oh my god. Did all of my drunk men drive here from Freak Show Row?
They were on. They sent them digitally.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
I could hear you all miles away. Running through downtown. You are all so fucking lucky that I made that deal with the horse. Holy shit. Okay. You, points at Kaludi, you have earned not my ire. I'm not upset with you. Because at least you stopped them from doing the stupidest shit that would have had us being in the fucking ocean for at least half a year to stop a corp from kicking our fucking ass. I don't want to deal with that shit. We're only good out there. We're not good on land. That's not what we're fucking built for. Tank, you need to fucking take a nap.
Poor Tank.
The fucking blue one in the goddamn... I don't know. Did you fucking
Tin can. You can just
transmogrify
call it
yourself?
tin can.
Oh, it's a fucking rope. It's a fucking robot.
Jay will open up the robot, show like the chest opens up and shows him in there with his forearms.
I am simultaneously disgusted and very impressed. That is a really good piece of machinery. What the fuck? Okay.
I get that a lot. Like the simultaneous disgust and impressed.
Okay. Forgive us. If you will allow, we will take our friend and we will make ourselves sparse. I am
Oh.
sorry for all of this.
Oh, okay.
Don't we got a plan how to take down Maiden? Mako or whatever?
Yeah. So what, Jay?
Oh, yeah, Shadowrunner business. I gotcha.
Yeah, no. I was lying
What?
Oh my god.
You
because they're not doing it tonight. They might not do it ever. I was trying to keep them from getting themselves killed and our potential up getting completely and utterly ruined.
how do you lied? Like
Yes.
lied like a bad guy?
Lied like a good guy to keep people from getting hurt unnecessarily.
I don't know if good guys lie, Cloudy.
They do. All the time.
I think what is trying to be said here is Cloudy was just making sure that everyone made it through the night because they are
Mhm.
still a corp, and while it seems your intentions are not bad, a lot of people could have been killed. Jay,
Yeah, we don't want good guys getting killed. That'd be bad.
right,
Yeah.
right. So
And
so-
sometimes a simple lie
Maybe.
makes everything much smoother and the outcome much better.
Did the
Okay.
fucking boys...
So lying is good if it's beneficial.
Sometimes.
And when you're good at it.
Looks
Okay.
at Hell and is just apologetic.
Yeah, all right, Sesame Street, get the fuck out. All right. My boys apparently were talking about Miko because that was our next fucking target. They're not even in town yet. They're not
Yeah.
gonna be in fucking town for like 3 weeks on that fucking. Wait. Orpheus! Eli goes, no, they'll actually have a shipment in about a week. Okay, technically 1 week. Not. Was there gonna be a 3-week one too? Yes. Okay, so I'm not wrong. But like they're not even here tonight. That ship has literally sailed.
Yes.
Now, if you do want some of our assistance in next week/3 weeks, do you have our number? Any of our numbers?
Yeah. And you know what? Now I am gonna fucking ask your assistance because you stormed onto my fucking boat along with Trollface over here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm shocked they haven't beaten you up yet, but I guess, I don't know, you made them accept you. How the fuck that worked. But
Lots
as
of
it
alcohol.
stands, fair enough. Alright, as it stands, maybe I'll call y'all later if I don't come to fucking literally keel haul you. Get the fuck off my boat.
We are leaving. Let's go.
And heading out.
We'll start. She finally
And-
actually sees Shellhound smoldering at fucking this woman and is like, oh my god.
Jason like walks out, head down, dejected.
Poor Dick. As you all are leaving, you hear the tirade as Hell goes off on all of her shark captains. And
Yep.
in that parking lot are some of the squids, the whales, some of the other subsets are all sat there. Some captains, some men are just laughing their fucking ass off. These are not mob type members. No, these are just gangers. And they are in groups. They're laughing their ass off, giggling. One dude has a bandage on his nose, and it looks like they may have just fought. I don't know. Some of these dudes look a little bit amped up. Like, I don't know. Maybe they just get amped up and punch each other. You're not sure.
Right.
You're something like, this is a dangerous crowd. If we weren't Shadowrunners, maybe we shouldn't be here.
Right. Morningstar is like, we got to fucking go. I think she at
Yep.
one point is like, you don't do eyes at that lady.
Why not?
Because
She might eat you. She might
That
actually
part.
eat you.
you will die.
Eh?
Okay. Okay. I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, hey, Jay. I know you had best intentions.
Yeah.
So, you weren't trying to be asshole. You did good. You
Ma-
have heart.
My mech doesn't even have one of those.
One of a heart?
No, an asphalt.
Oh, god damn it! She's just like,
I'm the heart of the mech
right, that you are, and
and the
so,
brain.
yeah. Don't be sad, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You had good intentions. It's just we maybe have to plan better. That's all.
Yeah, a better plan. A
Mhm.
plan that'll like take Maiden Industries out.
Right.
We need to hack like all their money away and then give it to like the people if we show up. That's the plan.
Oh. She's like, I see. I have been volunteered for a job. She says, I understand. I see the wisdom in your plan. But maybe we can fine tune some details.
Sure. Maybe you can like
Don't
teach me how to do it if you don't want to get involved.
Answer. She's like, no, it's fine. I have your back. What I'm saying is, I just the next time you want to be like Robin Hood, right? Maybe we don't get a bunch of drunk gangers to join in on it because you can't. They
You
will not be
also
subtle.
you don't want it known publicly that you're doing that, otherwise you put a target on your head.
Yeah, okay. Like Robin Hood and like Shadow and stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then that way more people protected, the job itself will go smoother. You know?
Yeah. As long as the people of Freak Show get their dues.
I agree. She's absolutely like she's not lying. She does agree with him, but she is very much trying to make him not sad because she can see he's sad about getting torn down by hell. So yeah, just trying to comfort him in that way. Right. So
So, hey Jay.
Yeah.
Mm, you are aware sometimes it is a good thing to lie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you sure? Positive?
so like Jay, right? Let's say we're out on a mission. I'm imagining we're like in the Amphibious right now.
Yeah,
And
fair enough.
she's like, so like if let's say we're on a job and we gotta be all sneaky like, right? Let's say the bad guys they like catch you and they're like, where are the other people who are with you? Do you tell them the truth or do you lie?
Self-destruct.
No,
Oh, that's cool. That's a good option.
no, it's not.
No, that's you being dead before we
No,
can
no.
save you.
My mech doesn't have self-destruct, but it does have like emergency protocol where I release neurotoxin. So if they have me, like I can release neurotoxins.
Okay.
From where?
But if
You wanna
that goes
see?
ahead and
No.
makes it that way,
Not
no,
in the
no.
vehicle. Maybe outside. That'd be cool.
Okay, Jay. If they EMP you and your suit doesn't work,
Mhm.
that little thing, everything with your suit right here, right now, don't work, and they have you. Do you tell them where we are, or do you say something else? Do you stay quiet? Do you lie by omission? Do you lie, or do you tell the truth?
Well, before they EMP me, I'll push this button, and he'll push his like ECM button
Oh my god. Help.
that generates all the noise.
And
Like
she's like, oh my god, Jay, stop, please. Please.
he'll,
I
he'll
have
turn
some fear.
he'll turn it off. It's like, to shut down any electronic stuff.
Okay. These are all great plans. Look, my point is this, right? Is that if you're going to lie, you lie to save people. That's when it is okay to lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
It's
also,
okay to
Jay,
lie
you're
to save
doing
people.
Jay, you're doing all that thing to ignore the question that I'm asking you.
Yeah.
You can't ignore reality if it happens to you.
Yeah. So
Okay. If
there are times,
if I am captured, I won't sell out my friends.
right.
Good.
And sometimes that means you have to lie,
Yeah.
you know?
And if we're all in a situation where we're all gonna die anyways, I'll call Dad.
No.
What?
No, we don't call that.
But,
That
like,
is part
you're-
of Megacorp.
Even if everyone's gonna die?
Even if everyone's gonna die, Jay, you just riled up that whole entire gang because of fighting Megacorp, right? Your
Yeah.
dad is part of Megacorp.
Oh yeah.
A bigger megacorp, actually.
Yeah, so you would be
Like
like,
one of the biggest.
right, so you would be like enlisting the help of enemy. You know?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there is the phrase, "The enemy, my enemy, is my friend."
Yeah, see?
Hellhound, you are
See?
not helping.
Oh, I am.
You're right.
I'm
You're right.
helping myself
But you know
very
the
much
reason
right
you were,
now.
yeah, you know the entire reason why you were so angry at that other corporation, for not helping when they could have. Ares has done that 6 times more than Mako possibly could.
Yeah. So if you want to have these ideals, right, and you want to keep it like pure, you don't enlist the help of people who are doing worse than the people you are trying to fight. You know?
Yeah, okay. So no selling out my friend. Well, first of all, I wasn't ever gonna sell out my friends. That
Of
was never on
course.
the table.
Yeah.
But so lie to save people and don't call dad. Got it.
Right. Right.
I mean,
She's like,
I wasn't planning to call dad unless it was like, we were all gonna die. But if like dying is worse than calling dad, I won't call dad. I mean, if
right.
calling dad is worse than dying, then I won't call dad.
Yeah. That's good plan. Good plan.
Because there are
Because
times when have you heard of dealing with the devil before?
Yeah, dealing with the devil, you know.
No. Period.
wow.
Don't do it. Don't
Oh,
deal with
okay.
the devil.
Yeah, don't deal with the
Don't
devil
deal with the
because
devil.
it
Okay.
is often worse results. Yeah.
Like
God,
a dragon.
like a
That too.
shit. Like a dragon.
We shouldn't have done that either.
Oh, we did do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a bad
okay.
choice.
So
That was a bad
sometimes
choice.
it's okay to deal with dragons and devils.
We should
Nope.
not be doing that. No.
We
Oh.
made the bad choice, Jay.
Oh, that
is
was a bad
really-
choice.
That
yeah,
was a
it
bad
was
choice.
it was a
Yes.
bad choice. And
But
so
did it lead to good things?
Shell Hound, she like slaps her
Uh,
tail onto his mouth to like shut the fuck up.
Not exactly. There were things that we should not have been dealing with. No one should have been dealing with.
Right. But now that that lesson is learned, at this point, I'm assuming we are walking into our apartment. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think it takes that long to get to the dock to our apartment. Once we're inside, Morningstar will look at Cloudy and say, "Right, if you want to look at that file that they sent you. I also have hard copies here," and she will pull out the papers that Torpor gave her. And she'll open it up, and then she will give Cloudy the download, obviously the other two as well, because you guys are in the room, of everything that she learned from Torpor, the weird spirit that is like a spider, but not quite called something called a, what was it, an envoy, what was it?
The woman said Inve.
Inve, that's what it was. She'll make mention of that. She's like, I don't know what that means.
Inve.
Yes, but
Cloudy,
it seems. Oh, go
You
ahead.
can roll for an Inve. It is an extremely difficult roll. It is.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. But I'll roll it.
Oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Ooh.
What's uh-oh? What?
That's half.
What?
That's half ones.
That is half ones.
It's a glitch. Oh shit.
Ooh, that is a glitch. Ooh,
He gets
okay.
he gets a headache. I don't know what
He gets a
happened.
fucking headache. Maybe I can make this worse.
I totally know what these spirits are. Got it.
You and the spirit
Totally know
share
what these
space.
spirits are.
You open up. Get possessed.
It comes out of his chest.
You, Cloudy, you are convinced, as you have heard this. You're not sure what Inve is, but the description of that female spirit, you're certain of it. That was no spider. That was an insect spirit. You don't know what kind, but you know that woman was an insect spirit of some kind. You're certain of it.
Maybe some kind of like centipede spirit. It was working with Torpor?
Yes, he had this weird fucking jar and he smashed it on floor and then it made like perfect circle and then she appeared from like the liquid and vapors within.
That's
And
a
then-
party trick.
Gave her a piece, god damn it. Gave her a piece of the blood and it was like on her arm and going up her arm and then she chopped her own arm off. And then what grew in its place was like a carapace.
Softy, don't insect spirits normally have to inhabit things? They don't
Uh,
manifest normal.
Normally, yeah, but you're certain that this is an insect spirit. There's no other spirit this could be.
And she was like ducking, and
It
she
even
was like,
talked about, you're like listening to Morningstar. I was like, it even talked about hunting.
Yeah, it was said that they would go and hunt, but then he was like, "I'm not asking you to hunt. I am
Hunt-
asking you to give
Hunt
information."
what?
I assume Richter, because that is whose blood it was. Oh, and that's another thing. And then she lays out the kind of breakdown of the blood, and that it's not like just Richter's blood, it's these other things as well. She shows the paper, and he can see it on his file, like what it was made up of, and this like unknown portion that's very interesting. But it seems she's going to have to continue to collect blood from various sources to remain stable, because otherwise she's dying if she doesn't
Oh,
get
I'm
this.
sorry, what?
Yes. He Thorper was saying that it was like the cells were very much alive, but because they didn't have, I guess, more blood from different sources, they were like evaporating. They were just disappearing. They were dying.
Weird.
And the weird spirit thing said that, oh, they're dying.
And you told us what the silk, right?
Yes, she also said like she gave the full description of how the the spirit looked, and that it was like made of silk.
She did.
All
Torpor
that-
might be getting desperate because this is sounding very, very parasitic. That doesn't bode well.
I mean,
It does
wasn't
also, it does make
Oh,
you
go ahead.
nervous, Cloudy, that it was very clearly a female spirit. Because the way the insect spirits work is
Yeah,
attempt to
incubate.
summon-
Yeah.
Do
is
insect
why
spirits
they-
normally like spin and weave a lot of silk?
Well, that is why I thought she was spider spirit.
Well, cocoons, very much so.
I don't know if perhaps that was what was in the jar originally when he fucking splashed it out, but like, regardless, the blood itself, it's not just made of people. It also has plant DNA, which makes sense since
What?
that's what. Yes, a fucking tree. She shows him the part of this papers that show that. I mean, it makes sense as far as that was what she was working on at the lab with As Technology. Her whole wing was plants.
Trees don't have blood.
I know. That's why it's weird, and I wanted to tell
Does
you.
They
sap
have
count? What
cell
about tree sap?
walls.
Maybe
Tree
we
sap
should
counts as
get like
blood, right?
No,
a second
it's
opinion.
not iron. It's like hemoglobin. Like-
Right. Well, that's why I'm coming to Cloudy about this, because Torpor was looking at it from very much scientific perspective, right? This is where we're getting this DNA that's split across these blood cells. But then the magic aspect is that's the reason why he called the spirit forth. And then she disappeared, and she went back into the jar, and was like black vapors and stuff.
What did Torpor say she was?
He didn't.
Why?
I don't think he was concerned. He seemed it seemed like it wasn't his first time doing something like that, or even talking to this particular spirit. They seem to have a rapport.
Is he a good guy?
Thorper? Yeah, he's a doctor. He's I mean, yeah. He's 404 son.
But Cloudy, aren't
and-
insects bad?
Yep.
So he can't be both. Either it's not an insect and he's a good guy, or it's an insect and he's a bad guy.
But what if it's like not an
or-
insect?
Or he is a good guy using bad things to prevent other bad things.
It's possible. Look, it's called an Inve, so I'm wondering if perhaps she has the characteristics of insect spirit, but she's something else. Like how there are different kinds of metahumans and whatnot. You are
Oh, yeah.
metahuman, but you are different kinds, you know? So maybe that is what she is. She
Like
seemed
a bug versus a beetle. They're not the same.
right, exactly.
No,
exactly.
beetles are bugs.
Well, okay, more like spider and beetle. They're both
Oh, yeah, you're right.
crawly things, but they are very different, you know? So maybe it is same with her. I don't know. But I figure the more knowledge we get,
I've met a lot of insect spirits. Usually they don't deal with blood like that.
she was able to identify the magical aspects of the blood.
So we should get a second opinion.
I guess I don't know who else to ask. I mean,
A spirit master.
oh, like a mentor? I heard Mojave speaking about it.
Oh.
So
Do we
you want to
still
speak
know
to
that?
one?
you have one?
Gotta go to the beach though.
Okay.
Wait, are we close to water? Like, hold
Yes,
on,
yes,
hold
you're
on.
right.
What
But
is your spirit of a shark?
Huh? No, dolphin.
Then would they help us out with blood things?
Not really, but like if you wanted to speak to one, I got one.
I
You
don't
didn't
know.
ask if they had. You didn't ask if they had useful information. You just said you wanted to speak to one.
Jesus Christ. Look, as far as the magic thing goes, or magic aspect of this, that's something that can be worked over time, I think. But what concerns me is the parasitic nature of Richter's blood and the fact that it seems to survive. They need to get more, and it is not just isolated to other people. It's something she can apparently pull from plants.
Or anything magically active?
Perhaps. But she is dying if she does not get it soon.
With all of her magic, everything hidden away from every part of every city that she's been around,
Right.
that probably shouldn't be the toughest thing.
Also, I think it is important to note that boy, that man we saw on the TV for Miko, he's wearing that, glowing ruby situation. I wonder if perhaps that is how she's doing it.
Like a brooch?
It was like a necklace thing he was wearing, yeah. And
What's it look like? A mosquito? A spider? A bug?
I show the
I think it's just a
imagery.
red gem. No?
It just looks like, yeah, red gem.
See, if I were a spirit, I'd want that necklace thing to like embody the type of spirit I am, because that'd be cool.
Well,
Sure.
she's not a spirit, she's still a person, just with extra blood magic stuff.
That was one of the things that the spirit woman said. She said the failed spirit. This was the blood of failed spirit.
She tried to turn herself into a spirit.
I mean, think about
Do
it.
that?
Well, that's the thing. The thing, okay. The
Failed
stuff we were fighting, right? When we were there, they had a whole fucking unit that blended the realms together.
True.
And she was essentially feeding off of Mananangol. So,
This is a giant fucking immortality plot.
yep,
Fucking Sandra, are you fucking kidding me?
she's an asshole. I mean, it's clear she's a bitch. But here we are. And there's a huge unknown factor in this weird blood that she now has. And again, we'll reference that, like,
Immortal to the list of things you guys are dealing with.
yeah, it's not fucking great.
Question.
Mhm.
Did he test for HPMVV?
Did he, Softy?
You saw him do a lot of tests, but actually, let me fucking roll for that.
Mhm. Roll for torpor.
Roll for torpor. Was he smart?
I hope so. Fuck.
Me?
Yeah. Yes, he
No,
was.
torpor. Torpor.
Yes, torpor did. There's another sheet that is basically a disease test. It
Hmm.
shows no signs of HMHVV. At least
Yeah.
none of the strains that are currently known, and no signifiers for the strains.
So the
Nice.
reason why I brought up the necklace on that man, what if that's how she's doing it? Like a parasite. She puts the, you know, uh, I don't know what the mages call it, but the focus, I guess, right? On the
Yeah.
person and slowly is feeding on them.
Like a
support
cursed
her own life.
artifact.
Sure, yeah.
So she is doing something relatively similar to what, well, less zombies, but more like vampires.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
She's making human blood bags.
Because whatever she's done so far has put her in a state where she is not stable without
see,
these
that's-
other strands.
See, that's the thing. That's how vampires work. They're never stable. They have to drain the magical soul of other things to keep themselves going.
Then yes, that's exactly what she's doing.
But flicks over to the second page. She's negative. She's a vampire without being a goddamn vampire.
Well,
Well-
maybe she's half vampire, half spirit.
Like a bat spirit.
Sure.
Yeah, those exist. Those do exist.
She's had a lot of time and a lot of funding to do experiments for something like this. Look, my grandfather's whole program was about splicing genetics together and creating something new. Which
Maybe she's something new.
brings up another thing. Torpor told me because of my unfortunate genetics. I guess there's a point where I will lose myself, where I will sort of become more Naga than me. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means, but from the way he was talking, it sounds like I would become dangerous.
Hmm.
So there's that. Also, he was working on the dead form of one of the lowercase squad, the clones. So, yeah.
If I
It's
may,
all bad.
While you are all like having a moment, a familiar event occurs where Midori pops off of your back and goes skittering over to the couch and presses the TV remote. He has been scanning the news channels and decides to pop one up so you guys can see it. And what comes up is a sort of like, I'd say like almost like a Channel 7, something a little more local, something a little more simple. But it is. Hello, everybody, and we tonight have a story from the PCC proper. It seems that some events in Vegas have now been linked to as Aztec employee, though, as Aztec technology officials have come out and stated, they are no longer an employee and are instead considered a. Hold on, my brain wrote the wrong word.
Terrorist.
Atlan terrorist. You actually were right. I said traitor and I meant terrorist.
It's our boy.
Well,
And it pulls up an image, and it's Sandra Richter. And it goes
That'd
on.
be cloudy.
Ms. Sandra Richter is considered armed, dangerous, and any information on her is to be reported to Az Technology authorities at any point. I, for one, am a little bit worried as people, we have heard rumors that Sandra Richter has been seen in LA. We all know that LA and Vegas are connected by just one railway. She could have gotten here. If you're asking me, I'm a little bit worried. More at 10:05.
Bro, there's just a god damn it, vibe coming from Morningstar. Says thank you, Midori. Well,
It's really useful.
we know that she doesn't have Aztec backing. But that means Aztec will be pretty heavy in the city if our last sightings were here. There is clear, worry on Morningstar's face. She is going to send a message to Tim Tam. Essentially, the the clip of the news thing we just witnessed, and you have to lie low because it's quite possible Aztec is in the city. You do not leave Mom's side.
Don't worry, we're good. Can really only lie low.
She sends a little smiling emoji, and then says, I love you.
Love you too.
With that, she looks at the group, mainly at Cloudy, and says, should I tell Sleipnir to watch out? Because corpse shit? Or
Already on it.
Okay. She doesn't like the fact that he is giving Sleipnir updates, mainly because she's like, bruh, he doesn't need to know.
I didn't
more
tell
from
him
them.
about all the other stuff you found out, just Aztec's coming. If you want me to tell him about that stuff, let me know. That's
Well,
kind of unrelated until it's related.
right. I guess let's just hold off on that till we have more information. But yeah. We can't stay in the city. If they get wind that I am here, that Tim Tam is here, they'll try to take us back.
Where do you guys want to head?
Mojave is in Vegas. Is going to expect us to meet him, so maybe that's where we go. And there's still time before that shipment is supposed to come in anyway, so I think that might be our best shot.
Works for me. It's not like I had any other plans. Oh wait, no, I do have to go fight someone.
You are not. God, no. That can wait.
I got a week.
Do you really need to beat him up? I don't understand.
Hey, see, that just proves you have no faith in his abilities.
That's
could you
not
do that
at
to
all
him?
what I'm saying.
You just
What-
assumed I would be. What if he beat me?
Well, I'd probably like to watch, but that's not the point. My point is,
I mean, if you want to watch, we could go do it right now tonight.
no, we can't. Look, I don't like seeing my friends hurt.
I mean,
I
get
even
that.
if you guys are play fighting, it makes me uncomfortable. That's all. And there's a lot going on right now. If you're going to be with us, sometimes we have to leave on the fly.
Well, that's why I was like, do I got time? Do I not got time? Like, what's the timeline?
God damn it. Just looking at Cloudy, like, help me. um, I don't know. Do we have time?
There's a week for the other thing, and I'm sure we can take it in time.
Whatever.
As a favor to you, I could skip it. And he just smiles and gives you this molting gaze again.
What were we skipping now? One more time. I'd kind of
beating up
been
my
confused.
friend.
Oh.
Yeah, Nero joined
Why are
the
you
gang,
beating
so
him up?
like initiation, like
He
showing him
joined
the ropes.
He joined the Lucky Sun, slept near side of it. Apparently, a part of their initiation is to beat each other for a week. I don't.
You gotta show off that you can hold your own.
Which friend was this? One more time.
Nero.
The bartender.
You mean the one that's the one you were flirting with for a little bit? Like
I was
a
not
month ago?
flirting. I wasn't flirting. I
Oh,
don't
you're
know
the
to
Nero?
flirt.
I gotta tell
No.
Nero.
No, God.
He pulls out his phone and
Stop
texts
it.
Nero.
He shuts his phone off. To be
Click,
so
click.
for real right now. Immediately shuts his phone off. Like, no,
Phone just
don't
goes
do
dark.
that.
Ah,
No, I
that's useful.
I
Cool party
wasn't
trick.
I wasn't flirting. At least I don't think I was. And it wasn't that I was. I mean, he's very
Okay.
handsome.
Okay,
Scales.
Did you have fun?
Scales.
Did he have fun?
Oh Jesus!
You can flirt
I
for
don't.
just
I
fun.
don't. I don't think they want to do anything.
I mean, flirting doesn't have to lead to sex. It could just be fun.
She's like, huh?
see, scales. If I noticed, he definitely noticed.
Oh shit! She's like, God damn it! She's very embarrassed. But
Yeah, you got good taste.
oh
I mean, he is rather attractive.
yes, he's
He
handsome.
could definitely make worse choices.
Yikes. I didn't know I was flirting. I liked to spend time with him. He was the first person I met from the city, and he was nice to me.
And he gave you little butterflies, and you wanted to be around him more often. And you looked at him when you didn't think he was paying attention. And
I don't like this conversation. Stop having
Hey,
it.
you're learning. That's helpful.
God, she's so like.
so scales. Claudia will go ahead and put a hand. Originally intended to be like around her shoulders, but she's like still like a tire, so it kind of winds up going like around her rib cage,
yeah.
like, almost to her waist.
Mhm.
That's what those of us in the real world call a crush,
Oh,
where you get like the little butterflies when you see someone that's like, oh my gosh.
right. She
That's
is
what that word's called.
realizing, like, she's having this realization that, like, oh, true, because that's how I felt about anxiety, and maybe a little bit more. And she's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you look up crush on the interwebs, you'll see a whole bunch of things written by like 15-year-olds, and it'll be great. It'll be great.
Okay.
Send her off to fanfiction.net.
Basically, right?
And other young adult fiction for 15-year-olds. There are other adult things. I didn't bother reading most of it, but I do know they exist.
I
Yeah,
see.
same.
I also have a question, but now feel too embarrassed to ask.
I mean, if you can't ask friends, what can you ask? I get I'm not a friend yet, but like I could leave the room with my friends.
Okay.
Well, so
Do I need to embarrass you more to try and
No.
get you, or it won't
No.
be possible for you to be
Please
more
stop.
embarrassed
No,
before you ask the
please.
question? 'Cause I can
No.
try. I can really try.
Crosby, please.
Does Neo want to come with us to Vegas?
He can't. He's got to do his initiation stuff with
Oh,
Sleipnir. And
Sleipnir.
it's not even like that. He's my friend. It's different. God. Okay.
Well, if he
So
ever
so
wants to come,
I'll
we've-
tell you about about a couple things before Maria. Doing things of that nature with friends is definitely something that happens very often in certain
Oh.
circles.
I see.
It's often called friends with benefits. The sex being the benefits, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like the emotional support.
That too.
Mostly physical.
Um,
Usually physical.
Usually, once you start getting like emotional support,
Then
that's
it's less
when,
friends, and then it crosses
feelings
into other
happen.
territory. Yeah.
Her scales are bright pink again because she, like, what is she? You know what I mean? But eventually she's like, okay, cool. So like, Shellhound said the thing at the bar that I'm confused about.
Oh, which part?
She mentioned hands. I don't know.
Oh.
What
Like
about
masturbation.
hands? Oh, okay.
Like pleasuring yourself. Like when
Using
you're
your
lonely.
own hands for things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or someone else's hand if they're into that.
Literally, her like
I,
she like no composure rule necessary. She's like, oh,
all
that's
right,
what that
all
meant.
right, all right.
Yeah,
This may
so
be
she is-
18 plus, but damn, we're getting way 18 plus now. Fuck,
Yeah.
dropped everything.
She is bamboozled
Just drop my
and
notes.
says, never mind. I don't have any questions anymore. I'm gonna go to sleep. I don't know. You guys are making
So
me feel
go
weird.
search some shreds, play some loud music. You won't intrude.
What does that? We have to go to Vegas. I don't know.
We do.
And she like goes over
And
to
you just discovered certain things existed.
right.
There are
right.
things you need to Google and
Mhm.
learn about yourself and others.
Right. Mind
But
you, Softy,
we are not going to intrude.
her search engine is no longer immaculate. This whole time she's been looking things up and just you guys can use your own imagination of what she's seeing, but she's been the whole time, and that's why she's bright red.
Jay will say, "Yeah, and if Neo can't make it this week, I'm sure we'll make a trip to Vegas in the future, and they can always join us in the van." And Jay will point at the van, and the paint job on the van has changed. It is back to the Dark Horse van, but
Oh my God.
instead of anxiety, it has Shellhound there now.
She wants to die. She would like to die actually in this moment.
And you know what? You might want to add like a silhouette of Nero. Just as a thing.
Jay will pull up his like data pad or whatever. Done.
What do I have to roll
Nice.
to shut his shit down? She's so embarrassed.
Roll hacking, just because even if you do have access, I mean, I'm not just gonna say, oh yeah, I can do that. No, you roll hacking.
She doesn't want. She's literally just like the pad that he's using to do this. That's what she's like. Shut that shit down right now. Stop embarrassing me. I got a 9.
Jesus.
Jason, the pad in your hands shuts down.
She is pouring herself a drink in the kitchen.
Oh man, my pad shut down. I
Yeah.
guess I'm gonna have to reboot it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I can turn my phone back on.
Yeah, sorry, it's gonna be actually a couple minutes before I get started on those cocktails, everyone.
Oh,
She's-
I gotta power cycle my
She stopped making drinks and is just holding a bottle of whiskey. She's like, where's Mojave? I need him right now. I need him to help me be the buffer. Yes, she takes her drink of the whiskey and then says, right, so we do have to go to Vegas. That is important. Apparently there is an emergency.
When do we leave?
I mean, it doesn't take long to get there. We could leave tonight and be there by morning.
Sure.
Cool. But I learned other stuff too. Like I learned how to talk to people. They like to talk about themselves, and so to ask them questions like, "When was the last time you hooked up?"
Yeah. There you go.
Did you want to know about their sex life?
No, but they made it sound like that was a good like icebreaker into conversation.
Well,
With
between
people that regularly
friends.
do it?
Yeah. Not random people. That's a
Oh,
weird one to open up with random people.
Yeah.
okay.
See, imagine if it wasn't us asking us about the last time you used your hands.
Chokes on a drink. Right. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Don't ask us questions.
imagine how bad it is with me asking.
Right.
Imagine what
Right.
you didn't know asking. That's
You can
about the same
ask
level.
how their day was,
Oh, okay. That's easy.
how work went, their favorite food, like their favorite stuff, just so that they talk about themselves.
Oh, I could do that.
Things they like to do.
Yeah,
And
like what
like
kind of
you gotta the important thing is to remember what they tell you, so that way you can reference it next time, and you're listening, and that builds a rapport.
Ah, okay. I couldn't do that. That's easy.
Yeah, you know what Mojave does for a living and what they like to do and what about their family and about
Yeah.
their work. Just do that for other people.
Okay. So mechanically, Softy, just so you know, this is gonna be essentially her working towards being more charismatic and more like sociable with people. Um,
Understandable.
yeah, because she's real bad at that. um, yeah. In the meantime, uh, is there and I'm cool to roll whatever, but the news thing mentioned that there has been sightings of Richter in the city. Um, could I check out maybe even local rumors to see maybe get a little more information on that?
They just give this to you because it's not very hidden.
Mm.
Straight up, it's kind of all over the tabloids and shit.
Mm.
Silly Shandy over there has unfortunately made herself a household name by accident, as Aztec has
Mm.
basically just turned her into a
Yeah,
pariah.
right.
Completely separating themselves from her, going, absolutely not. We're a good company here. We don't have these
Mm,
bad people here.
I see. Okay. And then my last question on that is like, um, when people when essentially a hit is put out on someone, right? Other people start reacting to that. Am I
Yeah.
seeing that kind of noise on the internet of people like trying to contact as technology to give them information on her or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be super specific from who and what they said, but like, am I seeing people start to react to that news?
Yeah, you see some like arguments, on places you go to, like real low rank runners kind of
Yeah,
arguing in those forums of like weighing the pros and cons of actually working for a megacorp.
got you.
As it's about, you know, it's about as bad as possibly working for a
Mhm.
dragon.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
you fuck up, your life goes away.
Right. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Well,
Especially since, though, the general populace thinks Aztec is just perfectly fine. The
mhm.
Shadows know exactly how bad Aztec is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Eventually, right? Like I imagine time has passed or whatever, and she'll say to the group, people were already making moves as far as finding her and selling her out to Aztec. So it's going to be crazy here.
I mean, makes it easy for you to keep tabs too. Then they're just talking about it.
Absolutely. You might want to let Slept no. Just that the
You-
city is, you know.
Yeah. You gonna turn my phone off again?
She squints at him and says, "Not this time. I will not."
Cool. He'll go ahead and inform Sleipnir, and then also send as soon as he's done, he's texting Nero.
God damn it!
Immediately.
Shit! Help!
You send some stuff to Slep, and it's just the response is like, bet. Keep track of them as they go anywhere else.
Yep, headed to Vegas.
Nice. And then what are you gonna text Nero?
Scales used to have a crush on you.
That's
Oh, I
so
know.
awful. Fuck.
Yeah, he responds with,
Oh.
I know.
Nice.
Oh God.
And you also get still wood.
And then immediately after, wood.
Wood.
Like the emoji for wood, not even the word
Wood.
wood.
You just wood. Wood.
Help her. She's a tragedy. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah. So once there's been some time or whatever, I think that's like Morningstar kind of sort of reboots the things that she might need as far as her technomancy stuff goes before they head out to make their way to Vegas.
Everyone can make any preparations they want. Anything you might need before you start the 5-hour trip. It is just 5 hours this time. You're not gonna really stop or anything. It's just if everyone's got what they need, you can tell me what you need, and then you'll be passing the Vegas sign.
Yeah, I think also just as a side note, she makes sure to take the hard copy analysis stuff that she got from Torpor with them because she doesn't want to leave that behind just in case. So, yeah.
Gotta keep
Makes
everything
sense.
with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any last minute things anyone else in the party wants to do before heading out into the desert?
Road snacks.
Go get some road snacks.
Road snacks.
We go outside. I see the Amphibius's new art, and she wants to die. She like angrily opens the door and gets
Dark
inside.
Horse returns to Vegas.
God damn it! Yeah.
Oh dear. We'll go. With everyone gets their road snacks, gets what they need. You head into the roadmaster now. The Vanphivia is currently painted as the Dark Horse van.
Jesus.
You head out of the city to the Mojave Desert, and it's later in the evening. So it's gonna be a 5-hour trip in the dark of the Mojave. The one thing you'll notice while you're out there is you end up passing under a heat lightning thunderstorm.
Mm.
Which the interesting thing about heat lightning is it is completely silent. You just see these bright flashes of orange in the sky. There's no sound. There's just this movement of it's very beautiful, honestly.
Mm.
The Mojave Desert at night is shockingly gorgeous. Obviously, the sky is probably one of the few places, other than maybe a Nan nation, that you'll be able to see the sky
Mhm.
actually and not be covered in light pollution.
Mhm.
Not to mention the fact that the desert itself seems dotted with areas of odd glow and such.
Mm.
But within 5 hours, you are able to make your way down. You see the lights of Vegas in the distance. And you will pass the Vegas sign, the biodomes. Well, where it was is currently cordoned off by caution tape. And it just has a lot of stuff all over it. You head to your well, basically your hideout here, I assume.
Mhm.
Place you already had that you could stay here in Vegas. The a lot more of the buildings here have been taken up. They're a lot more bright and shiny, and you can definitely tell that the Loki Sons have at least moved in a lot of their businesses here, at least a little bit.
Mhm.
The massive casino building that's right next to your hideout is all lit up and is open. It has a couple people coming in and out, like a club. You can kind of hear some thumping music. Would you like to alert 404 that you're here?
Yeah. I think she would have done it like just before they passed the like "Welcome to Vegas" sign. She would have given that forewarning to 404.
Yeah. Then you are able to pull the amphibious to the back. 404 is chilling at that back door under a halogen light, just looking out over you. She kind of raises her hand and waves. You can see that her entire arm has been completely bandaged. The whole thing's bandaged.
Hmm.
Even down to her fingertips. And you also notice that like 404 runs around in what would probably be her runner gear, which is normally this kind of halter top looking thing in these tight pants. Right now she's in almost, I don't know, very casual wear. It's oversized button up shirt and some simple just slacks. And she just looks very cozy, almost like she was like napping before you showed up. And she's just leaning there. Y'all pull up. All right, you're all back.
Yeah.
Oh, you know her.
Yes,
Hi.
Oh shit.
this Shellhound 404. I assume you guys know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little shellhead.
Oh.
Squints.
Slut doing okay?
Yeah. Annoyed with this one, but
Oh,
hey,
understandable.
family gets on your nerves. It is what it is.
Is Yorm okay?
No,
No, not really.
she's
Skills can tell you better.
I think she's dying. Torpor is taking care of her, but she lost her magic.
That old broad ain't gonna die.
Well, Tim Tam is with her. My sibling is with her.
Tim Tam. Nice.
Yes, we were able to get him out of sewers.
What gave you the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have warned you. I wasn't really thinking when y'all left. Not straight, at least.
It's fine. Apparently someone told on me. I don't know.
A lot of people did, probably.
Morningstar rolls her eyes, but just nods and says, we have some stuff to tell you if you're good to hear it.
Yeah. Come on in.
Goes inside. And after a few minutes, kind of settling things, she'll go to 404 and pull out the analysis and say, I had Torpor look into this. It's Richter's blood. And he got information from an Inve. Do you know what that is?
Her eyes kind of go wide for a minute. My son did what?
Oh, I guess it was a bad thing. I don't know. So I thought he was just going to use his machinery to find out some information, but I guess because
Did you just said the words Inve?
yes, at least that's what they called it, or she called herself. I don't know. It was in this jar, this like greenish jar, and then he threw it on the floor, made circle, she appeared. And then helped him find out more about, I guess, the magical aspect of Richter's blood.
Are. Must have been from Frenzy, but there's no way. Frenzy worked with those fucking weird ass, what the fuck did he call them? It was M something. It's not my fucking area of expertise.
Mm.
They're like spiders or some shit. Do you know what Inve are?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Inve are what insect spirits call themselves. As like a group.
Oh,
Like a specific subset of insect spirits?
No, all of them together are Inve. They will
Oh.
all refer to themselves as that.
Oh,
well, they
Okay.
seem to have like a rapport. I don't think it was the first time that he spoke with her.
That can't have been an Inve. They don't work like that. There is only one group I have seen who works like that. And that's the Mantises, sometimes.
Oh. Well, when she was testing the blood, it got on her arm, and then she cut her arm off, and a thing popped out, like another arm, kind of. But it was more
Generated.
insect-like. Yeah, it didn't. She looked kind of humanoid-like. Like her arms were like regular arms, but when she
It
cut
was
it out,
Ariane. Her name is Ariane.
oh,
She's not an Inve. She's a spider.
oh,
They hunt.
So that explains the
Inve.
silk.
mm.
Yeah, they hunt the Inve. Viciously. They hate insect spirits. I don't even know how Frenzy even found that woman. They're not normal, okay? They're not something you normally deal with. No one is supposed to know how to get there. Well, I mean, Frenzy knew because of me, technically, because you learn weird shit when you're on Jack Point.
Okay. Well, that's how he knows then. I don't know. But she called the blood failed spirit, mentioned Inve, so maybe that's what Sandra is doing. Take a look at this, and she shows her the like split DNA, blood shit, and
Mhm.
how there's like the unknown. There's plant in it as well. It says apparently she's dying, at least until she can get more of whatever it is to keep the blood going. But
I mean, she's definitely become a parasite. We can see
maybe
why
that's
Ariane was interested. She's acting
maybe
like the Inve.
right. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she said Inve, but also mentioned hunting. I think she thought Torpor was summoning her to hunt. He told her no, that that's not what he was doing, but perhaps that's what that meant.
Probably. Ariane was always gung ho. That's how you can always tell the difference between those groups.
Mm.
Insect spirits can't manifest like that. They need to be in someone.
Ew. Okay.
Hmm.
Good to know, I guess. Also, as technology has like officially disavowed her and are looking for her, and there were
Oh.
several
Oh, yeah.
sightings of her
That
in
was
LA.
on like 4 or 5 news channels. I assume
Yeah.
you saw it on the news. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Don't worry. We all know that, which is pretty funny. I take credit for that.
Ah.
I
Well, that
erased
makes sense.
all the footage except her, T, and technically Starry Eyes, but she was wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
She's
specifically left her footage unaltered.
she's been sighted in LA, so
Makes sense.
Aztec is going to be looking for her. People are already talking about selling her out to the corps. So
Oh, of course they fucking are. A lot of Junkers. Although Aztec's not gonna have an easy time of it. LA is one of the first cities that's gonna be a little more difficult. Horizon's only that. Horizon's insanely powerful in LA. That's gonna pause them.
Mm.
So Aztec's gonna have to go through Horizon.
okay. Well,
Not to mention Ares is still there. So
mhm. So that's what's happening in LA. Everybody, is mourning the losses.
I know a few people are already setting up funerals.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking rough.
Sleipnir's put me on probation. And has
Yeah.
this one following us? And she looks over at Shellhound,
He waves.
keeping
Yeah,
tabs.
that's yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I was distracted. I should have
There was a
just, I
lot
don't
going
know.
on.
I should have stepped in. I should have said something about it. Even I
It
knew
doesn't.
this was gonna happen.
What's done is done.
Yeah.
We were fighting a fucking blood god. Shit got crazy. It is what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck. And she like taps her like pants and reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a small pin. It's a very small little silver pin. Actually, I would say pewter, not silver. Pewter pin.
Mhm.
She hands it to you.
Takes it.
And it kind of looks, it's a little rune, basically up, and oh god, it's not El, is it Elwa? Lin, Lace, I'll find it again. Can't remember how to say it. Oh god,
Yeah.
worst day when I need them. But
Right.
basically, it's the rune for L.
Mhm.
Is a small
Yeah.
pewter like pin. She
Mhm.
hands it to you and goes, here. You gotta
Oh.
start from floor 0. But you're at least starting. So here's your beginning of recruitment. You can, well, you'll be a prospective individual
Mhm.
until you can pick which one you want to be a part of.
Okay. Cool. She, the sort of jacket thing she's wearing right now is like that double, sort of jacket. So she puts it on there, but covers it with the top layer. You know what I mean? So it's like on, but she's not. She got yelled at for wearing colors and stuff. So she's like, I guess I'll put it on, but I'll also hide it.
Yeah, and 404 goes, didn't even have to tell you. Good job. Fuck, I'm tired. I've actually been doing doctor's orders. I've actually been sleeping.
Mojave will be very happy to hear that.
Yeah. I'll kick that ass. It's like, I gotta sleep if we're ever gonna have. Well, fucking Oscar called a big meeting.
Yeah.
Kind of. Actually, technically the Varen test did, but Oscar called me.
Yeah, he
Well,
called Mojave as well.
I can
That's why
imagine
we're here.
they're
to
probably
meet
they're probably trying to figure out how Ollie's gonna work.
Yeah, so
It's probably the Varen tests are pissed too.
well, the Varentes have not made good choices. So, however that
No.
plays out.
No, they have not. Oh, another thing. You come here, and she kind of like waves her finger, get you all real close.
Comes closer.
Yep.
I'm gonna send you something. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And it is probationary access to Jackpoint. And Morning. So you actually do know what Jack Point is. Jack Point is basically a network for runners, but to have access to it, there are a lot of very powerful and important people on Jack Point.
Mhm.
You need probationary access to even start, and at any moment you could get kicked out. So like
Gotcha.
someone has to vouch for you, but the level of information that you can get off of Jack Point files is
Mhm.
insane.
Right.
But you have to follow a lot of like the rules. Like if you're
Okay.
ever found to be misusing Jack Point, it's not even you're kicked off. You might just be executed.
I see. Okay.
And
Okay.
so, she kind of, I managed to talk to some old friends, and they were willing to let me give probationary access to a protege. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Pick your new
Nice.
username well. Make good decisions. And honestly, don't ask questions unless you really think you gotta. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially if we end up running into that fucking asshole. I'll tell you about him later.
Okay.
If
All
you
right.
ever, no, I gotta say, if you see any comments from the Laughing Man, fucking leave that chat. Do not even be there. Man's a fucking dickbag, and I do not want to fucking even try to deal with his ass.
Okay. Okay.
If
Yeah.
he shows up
No-
in chat, something bad is gonna happen.
Okay. No problem. Notes taken. Cool. When she gains this access, I think she keeps it pretty simple. As far as screen name goes, I don't know. I'll send to you what she ends up with,
Eh.
but yeah, she keeps it simple. Nothing that directly links back to her. Just yeah.
But I am giving you probationary access to Jack Point, which is an extremely
Hey.
famous Shadowrun just thing.
Yeah.
To give a clue to people who may not know Shadowrun, all of the Shadowrun books are written as if they are Jack Point articles.
Hey.
This is
Wow.
access to all of the knowledge of Shadowrun, if you know where to look.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Fun stuff. Okay. Hell yeah. Morningstar thinks that's very fucking cool. She makes her little login situation, but then she doesn't like go looking on it right now. That's something for another time. But just the basic account setup.
Of course. Yeah, you gotta make sure you got a little bit of that account set up.
Yeah.
So, you all have made it into Vegas, and you all can settle down here. Is there anything you'd like to do as we're possibly coming to the close as the GM's illness is starting to take him?
No, Morningstar just, when the sleepies take her, she goes to her room and sits on her little heating rock and falls asleep.
Any last minute things for any of the others?
No. I have tortured the party enough this week.
Oh my god. Jason, you're all good? Some Cloudy's all good then? Just gonna go chill out? Finn and Midori are gonna chase each other around like animals for a little bit, and then they both get tired and go to sleep. All right.
Yeah.
With that, we are gonna come to a close as the GM is slowly dying, but we're good. I've given everyone a good thing. You got Jack Point. You all had a wonderful time, I hope. I
Yes.
want to thank the audience for being here throughout our slightly shorter episode for various reasons. But hey, when we come back, we'll have our Mojave back, and we can move on to crazy shit.
Hey.
But
Yep.
we need to go out, so I am going to go in order of... Oh, this is gonna be bad. Most likely to become a terrorist.
Cool, cool,
Oh.
cool, 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 cool.
Jason,
Not
who are
me.
you? Yeah, I'm sorry. You get radicalized, bud. You get radicalized way too easy. You're gonna get,
Okay,
you're gonna get criminal by accident.
just to specify, it's my character, Jason.
Yes,
Mhm.
just the
Not me.
character,
My
Jason.
character,
Who's,
Jason.
here we go. Whose character is most likely to become?
Thank you.
That's right. That's
'Cause
right. That's
I,
right.
I don't need people looking up these videos. For
Of
Being
course,
like-
you're right. We are all talking about characters. This is a fictional cyberpunk world. Everyone be
Yes.
aware of that. Now,
Yes.
I have friends who write books, such as our very own Dave Breakathon, who's written
Yep.
Woodbreaker and Windswept. Check them out. I have a friend who has written a vampire book called Bloodlust of the Bloodletting series, and a friend who has written Obelisk: The Long Dream of the Violet Stars series. Check
Hey.
them out.
all right, and then I don't know. I feel like the next character I could see is just someone who jumps forward without thinking too quick. So, Morningstar, who are you and why do you exist?
Hey, my character would indeed possibly become a terrorist. If the right situation poses itself. Hi guys. I fucking do this. I do TTRPGs here on Table of Horrors, but also on Lanyap Gaming. Currently, we are recording Blood and Jazz Malveillance, a prequel series to Blood and Jazz that already exists on the channel. If you'd like to see it, you can go onto our YouTube channel and see all the stuff we've done so far. And with Malveillance, you might see some people that you recognize over there from here. Other than that, I have a YouTube channel, The Rissa Rave. Same way you can find me all over the internet. But on the YouTube channel, I do ASMR styled readings, excerpts from books that I love and whatnot. Only excerpts because I want you to go and get the book and read it yourself. Yes, other than that, I do spicy content. If you're into that sort of thing, check out the links. And that is it.
I mean, there's only one other person with a link, so I'm gonna go with Cloudburst. Who are you and why do you exist?
Of course I am. Honestly, I don't expect to do too much terroristic things. But if I did ever have to go and just be like, okay, kablam, mist, poof, gone.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
it'd be kind of effective. Anywho, I am Lord Rodon. I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. Otherwise, I am just a nerd out on the internet, occasionally joining friendos in various little escapades up on D&D shenanigans. Currently, finally running through a streamed game with one of my friendos through Baldur's Gate 3, and one of them, we just got to the frickin' swamp, and
Nice.
it's his first playthrough, and it's fantastic. As the rest of us kind of like, yes, yes. So yeah, no, that's fun. That's fun.
And then, still don't have a link because you don't have links to anything. But type in chat. That way they all can see your little username. We call our beautiful wonton Shellhound. Who are you and why do you exist? I want to hear it.
Yeah, every week it's gonna just be a thing. I
Yeah, I
exist.
think
My
so.
parents had
Up to
sex
you.
either on Christmas or New Year's. Not sure. One of the two. Yeah. I'm here to have fun with my friends and apparently push the boundaries of 18 plus.
You know what? No, you're just having us earn that moniker. Then again,
Hey,
the way I
it's
do
there.
gore, I also make us earn that moniker.
Yep.
That's it. I just have fun with friends.
Oh my god. Alright, the GM is slowly dying, but the GM is gonna do his best. Hi, I've been your Cosmic GM, Softenomicon. Most of the time, I'm not an ill individual. Sometimes I'm healthy. I, here on Table of Horrors, obviously I do run The Flood. I have some other games in our YouTube back in the thing, which is Return to Silence and Blood Price, which were Monster Hearts 2E and VTM Sabat, respectively. I have my own channel where I do video games and sometimes art. Right now I'm playing Code Vein. I don't know why.
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows when someone sees this later? But yeah, God, Code Vein is fun. I artwork. I made the intro, the bumpers, basically everything except the character art. And then our
Hey.
wonderful Daybreakathon who normally plays Mojave, though they are not here, is the one who did all of our character art.
Mhm.
And then, sorry.
Commission.
Though it is currently under construction, or a small rework, it is still up. My Patreon, where $3 a month you get access to my coloring book, The Periodic Table of Monsters, which is still getting new pages. We're getting
yeah.
new pages, that's the sickness leaves me.
Mhm.
And I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything.
No.
Where are they? Oh no. Oh no.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find someone to raid, but my peeps
Yeah.
are not there. All right, we're going on an adventure. We're gonna find someone else.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
By the way, if you like the character art or you like the bumper that you see and the beautiful art of our dear GM, both Daybreakathon and Softonomicon's commissions are open. So if you want fucking cool art shit, pay them.
That is a very good way of getting artists to do things that you want them to do.
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Hey, artists. I want you to draw this one particular enemy of mine pregnant. How much does that cost?
You know what? Less than you'd think. I found something.
Hey.
All right. Kind of on actual topic for once. God. Ockraven. 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 They're on an episode 26. Tokyo 2045. It's Cyberpunk Red.
Hey.
Cyberpunk Red
Yo.
homebrew. So hey,
Okay.
we're gonna go into
Hell
the sibling TPRPG. There's a rabbit in here. I'm looking at a rabbit character. Hell yeah. They're named Thumper. Holy shit, I'm so happy. Let's go say hi to them and tell
Yeah.
them we love the rabbit.
Mhm.
Yeah, brain work good. Raid can't go until hell yeah, Cyberpunk Raid with Thunderscaping. All right, we can't go until Morningstar says the line. It's been a while.
Hey, I'm on Jack Point now. Let's see the trouble I can get into.